Okay, we're gonna get into some drama. A little bit. It's old school drama from back in the day. So this is, I don't know if I can translate this story correctly to a way where you can all understand. This is from my days of playing an MMORPG, which is a massively multiplayer online role-playing game. I played Final Fantasy XI. So an MMO, like how do I even describe it? It's, if you don't know video games even, it's just like a big world, and people keep kind of coming into the game because the world is always online. The dungeon, the cave, the forest, all those things exist in a server or whatever, and you can go to the forest and fight around there. And hey, someone else might also go to the forest. You'll both be in the forest. Well, then one of you might go to the cave, and then one of you might go to town. And hey, come back. Hey, it's you again. Hey. And you can run into people in the same place over and over again because that's just part of it. It's, it's not Mario where you're on your own. It's Mario and he runs into Luigi and there's other characters and stuff. And you type out. In Final Fantasy XI, there's no voice chat. It was typed out. So it's a community-based game where you're interacting with people. You're paying a monthly fee. It's expensive. It's really fun though, like a lot of the battle system and the different kind of leveling up and character ways to play. But it's a place you come back to pretty often because you're going to go and try to get things and then maybe you didn't get it that time. So you play for a long time. You don't like sit and play it for 20 minutes and that's it. You don't like beat it in like a month. It's something you play for years. So I played it for years and years and years. So in this world, Final Fantasy XI, there is a thing called a link shell. The link shell is like your group chat. You get like permission to talk and everyone else like, hey, you give it to per person. Like, well, now you're in my group chat. So wherever are you in the world, you might be in the forest, you might be out in the cave or the town. You could talk to all the people that are in the same group as you. It didn't have anything to do with the gameplay. It was completely separate. It was just for communication, just for typing and chatting. But it was a way to be friendly and talk with other people, and I was in one. And I don't remember the name of the link shell. I would absolutely name them if I remember them, because I'm going to use real names in this video. Real fake names. They're not real names. Because I was on the Pandemonium server, is the name of the server. They named them after the summons from Final Fantasy, like in Final Fantasy 6 and 8 and stuff. So there's one like named like Ifrit or Shiva, and Pandemonium became Asura. So I was on Pandemonium, it was a very low population server. So in this link shell, in this community, there was a wedding. You could actually have a wedding in Final Fantasy XI. They had set up ways where two people could have a little ceremony, a little event, because you could play as different races and different genders. You could be little baby children Taro things. You could be like a cat lady. You could be like a tall, lanky, like elf person. You could be like a big, weird lizard gorilla guy, a Golka. And then you could be human, regular old human. I was a human. With the big lizard gorilla guys, the Golkas, those were always male. So if you wanted, which they had, they could take more hits. So if you wanted to be that, you were going to be male no matter what, if you're a woman in real life. But in this world, you would be male. With the Mithras, the cat people, the cat ladies, you were always a girl. They were little, like, spunky Japanese anime-looking kind of things a little bit, with tails and stuff. And they were a little faster in their agility and dex stats, so. But if you were playing one, you were a girl. Couldn't be a boy cat. You had to be a girl cat. That's just kind of the way they did it, is they split things up like that. So, one player, and I'm looking at my notes, Alley Cat. Alley Cat was a Mithra. They were in my group, in my link shell together, and they were going to get married to Prote. Prote, who was a male character, Alley Cat, female character. I didn't really know these two that much, talk with them sometimes, do stuff with them sometimes. They had other people they were closer friends with, so the weddings that they did, very small amount of invitations would go out for these weddings because they could really, they didn't want to be overloaded, they didn't want just everybody showing up, but it makes it more special that way, that, you know, it's kind of like a real wedding where it's like, hey, you can only really invite 30 people to this wedding, so pick which 30. Don't just send out willy-nilly, like, be specific. So I don't believe I was gonna get an invite to the wedding. Spoilers, as you know, that this lingering was gonna get. So apparently, Prot and Alley Cat had a falling out. At some point, Prot, through this loving relationship, I don't really know the relationship, but it got to this point where these two people were going to get married in a game. It's a game. It's a role-playing game. You're playing the role of healing people and fighting monsters. But Prot found out that Alley Cat is a guy in real life. And I don't know if Alley Cat volunteered that information. They might have said at some point, hey, Prot, you know I'm actually a guy. Or if someone outed Alley Cat. Whatever the case, the wedding got called off. Which I believe this cost real life money. There was the scheduling, whatever. I don't know if they got a refund. Who cares? But I remember hearing that news like it wasn't happening. I remember there was even a video. Prot made a video, like an engagement announcement thing. And I remember it disappearing, and then I asked and found out. Like, I thought that was really cool. It was hyped. It seemed really neat. I never thought that these two people were actually in love with each other. I thought it was just two people who play a game together that were doing a game thing. So a lot of people in the Link Shell felt really bad for Prot. Like, oh, how could this happen? Poor Prot. Like, he's really sad. He's really bummed about it. And I was kind of new to the group at the time. Didn't really play with a lot of the same people. I played really late at night, so I didn't see a lot of the same people. But I want to say, hey, Prot, screw you. You're a big, fat idiot. You're a dumb, eat rocks, suck on eggs moron. So, I don't know what Alley Cat identifies as in real life. None of that matters. It's a game. It was a game. Okay? If you're gonna, in yourself, fall in love with a video game character, your character falling in love with a video game character, that's not healthy. That's on you. And this happened to Prot. I don't know if Prot's alive. This was years ago. This would be probably 13, 14 years ago at this point. So for sure dealing with an adult out there who is not well adjusted at the time. But Alley Cat kind of shunned from the group a little bit. Kind of had like embarrassed or had to leave. And I'm like, that's stupid. Alley Cat didn't do anything wrong. They were playing the role of a character. You know, in these games, you can be and do like anything. Like if you want to be short, you can be short. You want to be tall, you can be tall. You want to be a girl cat, you're a girl cat. You want to be the big burly Golka guy, you're the big burly Golka guy. I never cared about that. Even in the game itself, the game mechanics, the big burly Golka guy was not very good at healing because he didn't have a lot of MP. He didn't have the ability to heal as often as other characters, but you could work around that. And you know what? I met a guy who was the big burly Golka guy, and he was really good at healing. He was a healer. He played it. He's like, that's what I wanted to do. But he worked really hard at it. I remember even at one point, I was not a healer. I was a black mage, obviously. And I was doing really well healing that they actually got rid of the healer they had. They're like, you're doing a really good job because I was on top of things. I'm like, yes, how you play and how you interact is so much more important than the fact that I was, I don't know, goth, or the fact that that guy was the big burly Golka guy and he wanted to be a healer. Good, it's great, it's fine. Judge people on how they actually play the game. And I think that's a better way than judging like, whoa, that's a weird combo. Well, let's see if they're any good. Odds are, yeah, it's harder. So they're probably not going to be good at it. I get that. When you're the Golka and you're a healer, maybe not going to work out. But I knew one guy that was good at it. So Alley Cat wanted to be a cat. It's fine. I don't have an issue with that. Judge people for that world. The outside world shouldn't matter. Doesn't matter that, you know, maybe you smell really bad. Well, in the game's what I care about. So Alley Cat was a guy in real life. Okay? So what? I wasn't interacting with Alley Cat in real life. If Prote wanted that, if Prote was hoping that this fictional video game marriage was going to lead to a real life relationship, then all of the things that Prote cares about in a real life relationship should have been the things that they settled and got to first. You don't do a fictional video game marriage to establish a relationship. Oh, but it's so romantic. It was like you didn't even know what they looked like. You didn't even know if they were being honest with you. And I don't think Alley Cat was lying. I think they just dodged the question. I think it just didn't come up. I think I even knew. Like, well, I thought Alley Cat was a dude. I thought they both knew. I thought it was just, it's two dudes. Whatever, we're going to throw a wedding. Like, it's a way to throw a party in the game. Like, whatever, it's fun. We play the game together a lot. Two guys can do that. Two heterosexual men can get married in a video game. And that's fine. Because it's in the video game. Who even cares? But apparently Prote really cared. And it's, I don't know if that's the way to say his name. It's Prote. That's the way I say it. It could be Prote or whatever. But you're a total fool and a clown. I don't know if you're still out there in this world of the real world. But yeah, that's just kind of something I wanted to get off my chest and get out there and kind of talk about. It feels good. Feels good to kind of say it and all that. Because I didn't really say it at the time in playing the game. I kind of bit my tongue, kept my head down. But I still thought the situation was really dumb. And I think Alley Cat got the raw deal. I never really played with either of these people. So I don't really know how, you know, they were as like players. Because that's kind of what I cared about more, is I wanted to do stuff in the game. I remember making jokes. And they'd be like, wow, you're such an emo edgelord. But like, I was joking. Whereas Prote's like, was serious. He's the woe is me stuff. Whereas like, come on, that's kind of my thing. So some people out there, they actually, very, very rare that I think anyone from Final Fantasy XI will find this and be like, that was me, I was on Pandemonium. But yeah, I wanted to have fun, and he wanted to, I mean, I don't want to belittle like someone, oh, it's so romantic. Like, that sounds great and everything, but if there are things you need, like, a relationship is so much more than just playing a video game together. And even still, if you want to date a girl, well, why would you propose to someone without actually, like, even knowing? I don't know. There was a fun joke we would make. There was this other character, Akiba, who was a guy in real life playing a female character. And that was a joke that me and my friend would make. We'd be like, they'd be flirting or whatever, like, jokingly flirting with Akiba. It's pronounced Akiba, but I say it Akiba. And then someone would be like, well, you know, they're really a guy. I'd be like, what? How could you do this to me? Yeah. All those nights together. It was fun. We had fun with it. I don't know how you could know that that joke exists. That joke has existed, and then still, like, kind of like fall for it. So, double dumbass on you, Prote.